You hear the cabin chime before you feel your legs. The lights snap on after 10 hours in economy. A tray table clicks shut. Someone pulls a suitcase down too early. Your knees resist. Your shoes feel tighter than they did at takeoff. Your neck has chosen one painful angle and stayed there. Then the aisle fills. Everyone wants to stand, but nobody can move. You are not thinking about sightseeing yet. You are thinking about immigration, baggage claim, the shuttle, the hotel lobby, and whether your body is going to cooperate for the next 3 hours. That is the arrival test. Not whether the flight was comfortable. Economy rarely is. The real question is whether you can step off steadier, looser, and less strained without buying a better seat. Most of that discomfort is manageable with small choices before, during, and after the flight. But a few symptoms after landing are not normal, and those matter enough to save for the end. Before the first item goes in your bag, the biggest shift is understanding what long-haul economy is actually doing to your body. I am your narrator, and this guide is nurse-approved after review by a licensed nurse. The goal is simple: help you land from a long-haul economy flight with less stiffness, less swelling, and more confidence in what your body is telling you. But let us clear away the fear first. Being over 50 does not automatically make you fragile. It does not mean every ache is dangerous or that economy class is suddenly off limits. The real issue is the stack. Hours of sitting, knees bent, hips folded, dry cabin air, salty meals, odd sleep, a seatbelt holding you in one position while the person in front reclines into your space. That combination can leave almost anyone feeling older by landing. Blood clots are part of this conversation, but they need to be explained carefully. Long immobility can contribute to discomfort and clot risk, yet the absolute risk is generally low for most healthy travelers. Your personal risk factors matter more than your birthday. So this is not a scare list. It is a survival system. Seat choice, pre-flight preparation, medication and equipment, movement, hydration, sleep, food, airport assistance, and the warning signs you should never ignore. The first decision happens long before the meal cart blocks the aisle. Choose the seat that gives you permission to move. If you are in the window seat on a night flight, the problem is not just the wall beside you. It is the sleeping stranger on your right, the tray tables down, the headphones in, and the quiet pressure to stay put. So, you walk less. You delay the bathroom. You drink less water because you do not want to climb over anyone. By hour 7, your ankles are puffier, your back is tighter, and standing up feels like unfolding a lawn chair. An aisle seat is not luxury. It is access. Choose it early if you can. Check the airline app again as the flight gets closer, because seats open up. If bathroom access matters, consider sitting nearer to one, not trapped far away. And if you feel awkward, use this simple line: I chose the aisle so I can move a little during the flight. Still, the aisle is not magic. When the seatbelt sign is on, stay seated. But the best seat cannot rescue a trip that begins with a rushed, underprepared body. Start the flight 3 days before you fly. Not with panic, with a small checklist. Put your passport, tickets, glasses, chargers, compression socks, and travel insurance in one place. Confirm your ride to the airport before bedtime, not while brushing your teeth at dawn. If you need wheelchair assistance, early boarding, or help with a long connection, request it through the airline ahead of time. The reason is simple. A body that starts the trip short on sleep, food, and water has less patience for cramped seats, dry cabin air, and time zone shock. The night before, pack the under-seat bag like it is your survival drawer. Water after security, a snack with protein, tissues, lip balm, headphones, and a light layer. Set quiet phone reminders to sip water and move your ankles. Preparation will not replace medical clearance if you have a serious condition, but it can remove the avoidable strain. And the one category of packing that should never be left to checked luggage is medication. Keep your medicines where your feet go, not where the luggage belt goes. A missed connection can turn one checked bag into a 2-day problem. And if that bag holds your blood pressure, pills, insulin supplies, spare glasses, or phone charger, the problem follows you into the hotel room. Pack daily medications in your personal item, ideally in original labeled containers. Add a current medication list with doses and times, and carry prescriptions or a clinician letter if your medication or supplies may raise questions. Put spare glasses, hearing aid batteries, chargers, and key medical supplies in the same under-seat bag. Do not adjust timing or dosage on your own just because the flight crosses time zones. Ask your clinician or pharmacist before you travel. And if you use oxygen or powered medical equipment, check the airline rules early. Compressed oxygen and portable oxygen concentrators are not the same. Once the essentials are safe, the next comfort tool is something you wear for the next 12 hours. Dress for the flight you will actually have, not the one you imagine at home. At boarding, the cabin may feel stuffy. After dinner, it can turn cold. Meanwhile, hours of sitting can cause mild swelling in your feet and ankles, so the waistband and shoes that felt fine in your bedroom can feel punishing over the ocean. Choose loose pants with a soft waistband. Wear socks that do not leave deep marks. Pick supportive shoes you can walk in, but not so tight that they become traps after swelling. Add layers, a cardigan, light jacket, or wrap you can remove, put back on, or roll behind your lower back. Avoid slippers or flimsy footwear in the aisle. A fall on the way to the bathroom is not comfort, and if swelling is one-sided, sudden, or painful, do not blame the shoes. Clothing helps you tolerate the seat, but your body still needs something the seat cannot provide. Motion. After 3 movies, you stand up and your hips feel locked. Your calves are tight. For a second, your balance feels a little delayed, as if your body is still sitting. That happens because long stillness slows the muscle pump in your legs. Your calf muscles normally help move blood upward when you walk. In an economy seat, they barely work, so stiffness, heaviness, and discomfort build. When the seatbelt sign is off, take a short aisle walk every 1 to 2 hours. Pair it with a bathroom break so it feels normal, not like a workout. Stand slowly. Hold seatbacks lightly for balance, but do not pull on another passenger's seat. Walking can improve comfort and circulation, but it is not a guarantee against blood clots. If turbulence starts or the crew asks you to sit, sit. But what about the hours when the seatbelt sign stays on and the aisle is blocked? The aisle is blocked. The meal cart is parked beside your row, your seatmates are asleep, and your feet have that restless, buzzing feeling under the seat. This is when small movements matter. Start with ankle circles, 10 one way, 10 the other. Then press your toes down and lift your heels, like a quiet calf raise. Switch it. Heels down, toes up. If you have room, lift one knee a few inches, lower it, then try the other side. These movements wake up the calf muscles, which act like a pump. Each ankle motion helps reduce pooling and stiffness during long sitting. Set a phone or watch reminder for short movement breaks, especially when the cabin gets dark and time disappears. Stop if you feel pain, dizziness, or anything unusual. These exercises support comfort, not guaranteed clot prevention. For some travelers, there is another leg-related tool, but it is not one size fits all. Compression stockings can help some travelers, but the airport gift shop version is where people get into trouble. Picture buying tight socks 5 minutes before boarding. By hour 3, the top band is cutting into your calf. Your skin feels pinched, and you are wondering if tighter means better. It does not. Proper graduated compression is fitted so pressure is strongest near the ankle and eases upward. The goal is gentle support, not a tourniquet. The wrong size, wrong compression level, or wrong medical situation can make them miserable, and for some circulation or skin problems, inappropriate. Ask your healthcare professional before the trip. Ask what level, what size, and whether you should wear them at all. Try them at home for a few hours, not at 30,000 feet. Then pack them where you can reach them. Leg comfort is one half of the cabin equation. The other is the water bottle everyone talks about, often with too much hype. Hydration helps, but not in the dramatic way people sometimes claim. The mistake is boarding thirsty on purpose. You skip water to avoid the aisle shuffle, then 6 hours later, your mouth feels like paper. Your head is dull and your body feels heavier than it should. Cabin air is dry, your normal meal times are scrambled, and those tiny beverage cart cups are not a hydration plan. Bring an empty refillable bottle through security, fill it before boarding, and sip steadily. Not chugging, not forcing, just small amounts through the flight, especially with meals. Then treat bathroom trips as built-in movement breaks. Stand, walk, reset your hips and ankles, sit back down. One caution. Water supports comfort and energy, but it does not guarantee clot prevention. If you have heart, kidney, or fluid restriction issues, follow your clinician's limits, and some drinks or pills can quietly work against the sleep and steadiness you are trying to protect. That little bottle of wine can feel like a shortcut. Dinner tray down, cabin lights dim, one drink, and maybe sleep finally comes. But alcohol can make sleep lighter and more broken, especially in the second half of the flight. You may wake with a dry mouth, a racing feeling, or that heavy, foggy head just before landing. It can also affect balance, which matters when you stand up in a dark aisle after hours of sitting. Caffeine has the opposite trap. Coffee at the wrong time can keep your body alert long after your eyes feel tired. And be careful with anything sedating. Sleep aids, anxiety products, or natural remedies can cause confusion, grogginess, falls, or interact with your medicines. Decide before boarding what you will avoid or limit. Choose water, juice, or a familiar non-alcoholic drink. Discuss sleep or anxiety products with a healthcare professional before you fly. So if you cannot drug your way into good rest, you need to build a sleep environment from an economy seat. Start with the head drop. Chin to chest, jerk awake, neck sore. Repeat every 15 minutes while the cabin glows blue with screens. Economy sleep fails because the seat does not hold your body where sleep wants it. Limited recline lets your head fall forward. A flat pillow pushes your neck into a bend. No lumbar support lets your lower back round until your hips ache. Build a small kit before boarding. Use an eye mask, earplugs or noise-canceling headphones, and a neck pillow that supports your jaw or keeps your head from tipping. Add a thin sweater or scarf behind your lower back. Warm socks help when the floor feels cold. Keep a toothbrush, lip balm, or face wipe handy so waking feels less stale. But keep it safe. Seatbelt over the blanket, bags out of the aisle, nothing tangled around your legs. But sleep comfort is not just about the seat. It is also about when your body thinks morning has arrived. Before you close your eyes, change the clock in your mind. Once you board, stop planning around the time you left. Check the destination time. If it is night there, make the cabin feel like night. Eye mask on, screen dimmed, notifications off. If it is daytime there, stay gently awake with a movie, water, a short walk, and the window shade open when allowed. Jet lag is not just tiredness, it is confusion. Your body clock uses light as a command signal. Bright light says, be alert. Darkness says, prepare for sleep. Cross enough time zones and those signals arrive at the wrong hour. After landing, use daylight carefully. Morning light can help anchor you to the new day. Late, bright light may keep you wired at midnight. And do not force wakefulness if you feel unsafe, severely exhausted, or medically fragile. Ask for personal advice if sleep, mood, or health conditions are complicated. Your body clock is one rhythm, your digestion is another, and the meal tray can either help or sabotage you. That warm meal tray can feel like entertainment when the cabin is dark and there is nothing left to do. But heavy, unfamiliar food at the wrong hour can turn the next 6 hours into pressure, thirst, and restless shifting. In economy, your digestion is already working uphill. You are sitting still. Your waistband is compressed. Cabin meals and snacks can be salty, and your body may not love a sauce, spice, or ingredient it rarely sees at home. So eat like you want to sleep later. Moderate portions, familiar snacks, a banana, plain crackers, nuts if you tolerate them, or a simple sandwich that follows security and airline rules. You do not have to accept every service as a full meal. If you are not hungry, save what you can and sip water. Follow your own medical nutrition needs and do not test new supplements or restrictive plans on flight day. Even with the perfect seat, meals, and sleep kit, the longest walk of the trip may happen before you ever board. The airport can be the hardest part of the long-haul flight. You may be able to walk around the block at home, then struggle with a terminal that feels endless. Security line, passport control, a gate change, a tight connection. By the time you reach your seat, your hips hurt, your breathing is up, and the flight has not even started. Ask for help before that happens. Request wheelchair, cart, early boarding, or disability-related assistance through the airline ahead of time, then confirm it at check-in. Use plain words. I can walk short distances, but I need help with long terminal distances. That is not giving up independence. It is saving energy for the part you cannot avoid, hours in a narrow seat. One limit matters. Airport assistance is not medical clearance. If you develop chest pain, faintness, or severe breathlessness in the terminal, do not push through. And that brings us to the part teased from the beginning, the symptoms that should never be written off as normal travel fatigue. After you land, do not grade every symptom as just jet lag. A sore back, puffy ankles on both sides, or heavy tiredness can happen after hours of sitting. But one calf that becomes swollen, tight, red, or painful is different. So is sudden shortness of breath, chest pain, coughing blood, fainting, new confusion, or a drooping face, weak arm, or slurred speech. Those are not wait-and-see symptoms. A clot in the leg can travel to the lungs. A heart, lung, or stroke problem can look like travel exhaustion at first. Time matters, especially if you have had clots before, recent surgery, active cancer, limited mobility, a clotting disorder, or serious heart or lung disease. And remember, walking, water, calf raises, and compression can lower risk. They cannot promise protection. When you put all 14 tips together, the real villain is not the economy seat. It is waiting until discomfort becomes a crisis. That is the pattern behind almost every miserable long-haul flight. Not one dramatic mistake, a stack. You sleep badly the night before. You pack in a rush. You sit twisted around a bag under the seat. The cabin air dries your mouth. You skip water because you do not want to climb over anyone. Then your knees stiffen, your neck tightens, and by landing, your body has been negotiating for 10 hours without a break. The fix is not pretending economy is comfortable. It is reducing the load early, before small irritations turn into a full-body shutdown. That is why these tips matter. They are not about treating travelers over 50 as delicate. They are about planning for the environment, so you keep your independence, your balance, and your confidence when the doors open. So here is the simplest version to save, screenshot, or read aloud while packing. Save this 7-line pre-flight checklist. Choose an aisle seat if you can. Pack medication in your carry-on, not your checked bag. Bring an empty, refillable water bottle and fill it after security. Set movement reminders before takeoff. Build a small sleep kit, eye mask, earplugs, warm layer. Request accessibility help early if distance, balance, or fatigue could be a problem. Carry medical documents, device approvals, and emergency contacts where you can reach them. That is how many travelers over 50 step off a long-haul economy flight steadier, looser, and less strained. Not by buying a better body, not by pretending the cabin is kind, by making small decisions before the aircraft door closes. And remember, sudden chest pain, severe shortness of breath, one-sided weakness, confusion, or calf swelling with pain are never symptoms to ignore. This is general travel education, not personal medical advice. Save the checklist and comment with your longest economy flight and the one comfort strategy you never fly without. Thanks for watching.